Hey Mikey, what's up?
Good night, sir.
You all right?
Yeah, man. Your voice come up, man.
Yeah, it's bad, but I am
Still
having
hot.
these sporadic cough, and it's a dry cough. So every time I cough, it burns my chest. So I'm trying to
Oh,
suppress the cough. But as I gather, as Paz says, there's a terrible flu going around. Try don't catch it. It's awful.
yeah.
It's awful, man. Awful. So I spoke with my doc, and doc says I'm supposed to rest the voice, but really and truly I can't because, well, when I say I can't, I still have to have the class because time is going to be against me at some point in time. So I'm just trying to get through some stuff with it. I'll spend a little time today on some more of the probability distribution, and hopefully I can move into another area tonight. But if not, I'm sure by next week, God's willing, everything will be up and normal. So,
Okay.
so forgive my sporadic coughing class tonight. It is just it comes on, and sometimes I'm not going to be able to find a mic to mute, so you won't catch my virus through the computer. So I think you should be safe.
Okay, sir.
You can just link the others and tell them to come in, so we can just get this over and done quickly,
All
please.
right, will do.
Thanks.
Nice.
Night, sir, Paz.
I should have sent this off to you as a classwork, I mean homework, but I just kind of get got caught up with trying to get better. So do me a favor, start working on this while we await the other students to join us. Um, just to show you that the questions can be expanded. Question can be expanded. Normally we do have question with like 3 parts, 4 parts. You know, this has 7 parts. And partly because parts 2, 3, and 4 are those areas that you normally get one of those to do when I'm mixing it up. So I give you a couple minutes, maybe about 10 minutes to just work through this question, do it as best as you can on it for me. All right. But I'm trying to
So,
do this. Go ahead, Papa.
so funny enough, that's the exact question I ask you.
Uh-huh.
If by chance they can just give us X is either greater than or to a
Yeah.
particular range.
Yes, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's what
I'm glad to see it
oh,
now.
yeah, man. So forgive me, guys. Sometimes a cough comes on me and I can't find the mute button immediately. So forgive me, I'm not being disrespectful. Um, sometimes I just can't find the mute button quick enough and I can't really suppress it. Um, yes, man, they can give you things like that. So take your time. The aim is not for you to just gloss over it. The aim is for you to understand what is happening. Hopefully there's enough time left so that I can get sorry. Yeah, so that I can introduce introduce the other area with you. So when the mark gets it going, take your time and go through this one, please. How we stay? All right.
They're still working on it.
Yes,
No.
sir. So far, so far.
All right, next.
Finish, sir.
All right, great. How the rest of your stay? Finished too?
Sir, I'm at 6 beer eggs.
The variance of X, bar X.
Yes, sir.
What about the others? All right, I give you, the others are not here, so I give you 2 more minutes pause and then we'll go through the solution.
Sir, whenever you're ready.
Okay, heard the pass, but I was coughing. All right. So the value of D. What did you get for the value of D?
Sir, I got
0.1.
1.9.
You got
Zero.
1.9?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mikey, what you get?
0.1.
Hold up, you. Forgive me here, guys. What is this?
Get some room temperature water, sir. It will
No,
help.
but I don't understand. I just had some. And it's a dry cough. And every time I cough, my chest hurts. Jesus. All right. Paz.
Yes, sir.
Without anybody telling him what is wrong with his what do you go for your answer, Mikey?
0.1.
Okay. Without anybody telling Paz. Paz, where it is that he went wrong. What was the condition, Paz, that I had to put clear out there at the front when we're doing these probability distribution questions?
Sir, who I got the answer?
Before you get the answer, you have to have an understanding about the sum of the probabilities. What do you know about the sum of the probabilities?
Oh, it has to be one or less than one.
The sum of the probabilities, Pat? The sum of the probabilities is supposed to be equal to?
One.
1. If I'm tossing a coin, my result could either be a head or a tail. If I toss a coin 3 times, the sum of those probabilities must be equal to 1. If I toss a coin 8 times, what's the probability I get for the 8 tries? The sum of those must be equal to 1. It no matter how many times I do flip the coin, the sum of the probabilities is definitely going to be equal to 1. If I roll a die, the sum of the probabilities is going to be equal to 1. It doesn't matter whatever you do, the probability cannot be greater than 1. Not 1 or less. The sum of the probabilities must come up to 1, not 0.9. It has to be 1 exactly. So yes, Mikey, you're correct. You're correct. It is 0.2 plus 0.25, which is 0.45. 0.45 plus 0.4 is 0.85. And 0.85 plus 0.05 is 0.90. So it means that D is going to be equals to 0.1. Get that now?
Sure, because what I did was that I added up all of them, and then because I had equal 1, I ended up minusing that, the sum minus the 1.
So that's why you got a 1.9?
Yes, sir.
No, man. It's the second time you're doing this thing, so something is wrong. I need to do something here. You did something similar to that in the last question. And what it is saying to me, your transposition is not where it's supposed to be. You did something very similar to that on Tuesday of this week, or Monday, whichever day it was. And I mean, we need to fix it. (0.2) plus 2, sorry. My eyes are gonna get dark. So for part 1, 0.2 plus 0.25 plus 0.4 plus D plus 0.05 must be equals to 1. That one there is a sum of the probabilities. All right? Now, so when I add a 0.2 to 0.25 to 0.4 to 0.05, I'm going to get 0.9 plus D is equals to 1. There is no way past I'm allowed to just flip these two and say 0.9 plus 1 is 1.9, so D is 1.9. Not allowed. If I'm making D the subject of the formula, I will have to do my opposite. What is this point?
It was adding to the D,
What is the 0.9 is in what?
adding to D.
Good. So in order for me to undo that, what am I supposed to do now to the 0.9?
The opposite is supposed to minus.
So if you know that pass, I want you to do that. So it's going to be now minus 0.9 minus 0.9. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the opposites. So the inverse of 0.9 is negative 0.9. So look at what magic happens. This now cancels with this. Some teachers tell you you carry it over the equal sign. This teacher not going to tell you that. What you're looking at is the inverse. So the inverse of 0.9 is negative 0.9, which is the opposite of 0.9. So whatsoever I do with one side of the equation, in order for the equation to be balanced, I have to do to the opposite side. So that 0.9 is also going to be subtracted from this negative 0.9 on the left-hand side is the same thing negative 0.9 on the right-hand side. So what I now have is 1 minus 0.9. So therefore, my D is going to be equal to 0.1. Tell me that you see that, pals.
Yes, sir, I see it.
Yeah. But as I say, this is the second time you're doing something like this. So I want you to remember what you're doing. You're trying to isolate everything else. You know, um, I don't know if it has happened to you. It definitely has happened to me in many occasions. Say, for example, I get up with a with a chest pain. I would say to myself, what did I do in order to have a chest pain? Why is my chest is hurting? And I say, but is this something um, that is happening to me internally that I need to go and sort out? And then I have some aha moment. Remember you went and bought a dozen blocks and you were moving the blocks from the car to the side of the house. So I'm saying to myself, okay, it could be the constant lifting of the blocks. You know, I'm carrying them two at a time. So moving there 6 times would have caused some strain to my chest. All right. So this is what is going to happen. You're going to give yourself a day at most 2 days to heal. If it is that, and you're going to use some muscle rub, whatever the situation is. No, if that don't happen in 2 days and the pain still persists, then chances are that is not it. It is something else that is causing the problem. That's what you have to do. Hold on a minute, please. Boy, Jesus. It's not normal at all. All right. So you have to think back now, Paz, and the rest of you, onto pretty much diagnosing what is happening. So you know that the sum of the probabilities is going to be equals to 1. So whatever happens after the first event that occurs. So X is the event. So the event number 1, the probability of that occurring is 0.2. The probability of event 2 occurring is going to be 0.25. The probability of event 3 occurring is going to be 0.4. You don't know what the probability of event 4 is going to be, but you know that the probability of event 5 is 0.05. But what you know for a fact is that the sum of the probabilities cannot be greater than 1. It must be or less than 1. It must be equal to 1. It's an equality. It's an equality. It must be equal to 1. So I'm going to add up all the probabilities and then I'm going to subtract that from 1. And the remainder is going to be my unknown. And the remainder there is going to be my unknown, right? So the probability of that occurring for D can't be anything but 0.1. Very important. And you notice it's just, well, it's 2 marks. Normally them get like 1 mark for that question there because the one there is kind of straightforward. All right. Let us move on to 2. I think I know why I know. I think because the truth is earlier on today I wasn't coughing. I wasn't coughing this much. Sorry. I've been sorted out. Now, the probability of, we want to calculate the probability of X occurring, but the probability is going to be greater than or equals to 2, but less than or equals to 4. The probability of the events occurring, it's either equals to 2 or greater than 2, but it's going to be less than 4, but it can also be equals to 4. If you look at that probability, tell me which events are we interested in?
2, 3, 4.
2, 3, and 4. Very good. Because it says X is greater than X is greater than 2. So we know that it's going to be 3. But the probability also, the inequality also says that X can also be equal to 2. So I have to include 2 in my answer. I have to include 2 in my answer. It says less than 4. So that means it's 3. But it says it can be equal to 4. That means I have to include my D that I just calculated as my 0.1.
Sir,
Go ahead, please.
I kind of last when you say it it's equal to 2 or greater than 2. Isn't that the less than sign? Forgive me if I'm wrong.
I will forgive you because you're wrong. Watch me. I start in here and I'm going so. Then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to go so. So this is x greater than or equals to 2. I'm reading it. I'm reading it. You know, if I was coughing and things coming up, I would have feel much better. It's just a dry, annoying cough. This x is greater than or equals to 2. So if you look at it, watch me. When I read this inequality from this way, because this is open, it reads greater. All right? When I read it from this way, because this part here is closed, it's less. All right? So,
Oh, it's how it faces the x.
Very good.
Okay, all right.
So
Because
now
I
you're
was
seeing
just
something
looking at
else.
it one way, like, because
No.
yeah, I understand now, sir.
Mm. Mm. All right. Yes, I'm happy that you see it up as. So, so when I give you my equal sign, when I read the equal sign from this side, and I read it from this side, what do I get?
The same,
The
equal.
sum?
No, man. Hey, pass. Listen to me. Me say, when me read it from the side here, from the left-hand side, remember, see me? Me not so well enough, so you can't make me shout here. So me read it from the side of pass. From the left-hand side, I go so. What I sign I read? What is it saying?
Wait, you're pointing to something, sir?
You know, see the screen?
So you're the way off of the thing.
Yeah, you're all the way
You're
up
up at
at
the
the
top
view
now.
to help review something.
No, you're not seeing, maybe you're not seeing
That's it. Yeah, but you're there by fine. The red dot.
no, but it's not the red dot. I don't know why it is that it's not coming up on this side, but that's not where I'm pointing. Anyhow, this is where I'm pointing, Paz. Right here, so.
Yes, sir.
That side on my name right there, so. But that side of me.
It's greater than.
Paz,
Greater than.
Paz. Watch me. What me just write a while ago?
X equal to 1.
Okay. What that sign I mean, Paz?
Equal sign.
All right. What that sign I mean, Paz?
We are point and a team we're pointing to. They're all the way up at the top against.
All right, let me use a purple. So look for purple for me. What sign is that, Paz?
Equal sign.
When I read it from this side, Paz, what do I get?
Greater than.
Paz, when we read it from the side, yes, so. When I read from the left-hand side, when we get what a sign it is, when we read from the left-hand side, this.
What, less than sign?
You're distracted, Paz. Give me 2
Sir,
seconds.
yeah, confuse me and I understand.
I am confusing you.
Yes, sir. Because honestly, I'm seeing where you're pointing to an equal sign and then I see a draw arrow.
Yes, because I'm reading it from the left-hand side.
Sir, asking when
No,
you
no,
read
no,
it
no, no,
from
Mikey, don't tell him, Mikey, because I know you see it. Don't tell him, Mikey. Don't tell him. I know you see it, Mikey, because I heard your answer from before. So let me erase this because I'm sure I'm not confusing us all. Watch me. What is this? What is this sign here? Somebody tell what the sign is. Talk to me, no man. What is this
I'm
sign?
not seeing what you're pointing to.
The purple. The purple.
Equal sign.
Equal
Yeah.
sign.
All right.
Yeah.
So are you seeing my little cursor? You're supposed to be seeing my cursor on the thing, you know. There's a purple dot on my cursor and it's moving. What
No,
so
sir.
I am
No, sir.
Oh no, sir, we're not seeing the purple dot.
You're seeing it move now.
you see it move now?
Yeah, but you
You can
haven't
see the
clicked a
cursor.
thing
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
You seen it now?
Oh, we're not seeing it on the paper, the past paper, but when you move off the past paper, we see it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Once you're in the toolbar, we're seeing it move, but once it's on the paper, it's not.
Yeah.
I need to fix that. Mm-mm.
I just saw it on it.
All right. All right. Look for purple.
Yeah, it's there.
It's there now. You seen it now?
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm saying is, when I read in this side, from this side, from the left hand side, what was it? What's it called?
So when you're reading that equal sign from the left hand side, what's it called?
Yeah.
An equal sign.
Okay. I don't think I was confusing it then. When I read it from the right hand side, what is it called?
That equal sign.
Okay. So you see, I wasn't confusing you. So wherever I read this sign, it means equal, don't?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
That's the point I was making. However, let me go back to this one. When I'm reading this sign here, it depends on where I'm reading the sign from. That makes a difference. When I read it from the left-hand side, it's going to be greater than or equal to. Can you see the equal part? This part here is the equal part. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
The greater than part now is going to be because it is open up. Some people say the alligator mode open, so it's greater than. But when I read it from the right-hand side, I'm sorry. When I read it from the right-hand side, it's going to be less than. Why? Because this part is seemingly closed. Can you see that correlation? Paz? Yeah?
Yes,
No?
sir.
All right.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so what I'm saying to you, if I'm not mistaken, Dan asked the question, this very question the last time around. When you get your combined inequality in such a way, you have to read inside out. You start from the variable x, and you're going to read it to the left. You start from the variable again and read it to the right, and which is why I'm talking about the left-hand side and the right-hand side. It wasn't meant to confuse it. It was meant for you to understand that we can read it from both sides. So this one is saying x is greater than or equals to 2, right? X is greater than or equals to 2. And when I read it to the other side, it's supposed to be x is less than or equal to 4, right? So part 2 is going to be 0.25 plus 0.4 plus 0.1. And that what you get? 0.75 this?
Yes, sir. 0.75.
Yes, sir.
0.75. All right. No. The question says for part 3, the probability of x being greater than 2. X being greater than 2 is what?
3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5.
3, 4, and 5. Very good. 3, 4, and 5. So its part 3 is going to be 0.4 plus 0.1
0.1 plus
0.05.
0.05.
Is that 0.5?
0.55.
Yes, sir.
All right. So therefore, it is all looking like it is a double inequality sign that is, well, that was giving you guys, well, not all of you, some level of confusion. Now that we have done it, tell me for part 4, what do I do? Tell me part 4, what to do.
All right. So if from the x, you're gonna say it's less.
Think about
It's
it.
so it's 0.2
No,
plus.
son. Before you go there, I want you to read the inequality and tell me what values you're looking at. Read the inequality. Read it and tell me what it is that it's saying.
X
Is
less than 2 and x greater than 5.
all right. Stop. Look at the table. You have any value in any event in the table greater than 5?
No.
Okay, so you recognize you just a while ago wrong. Because we say x is less than 2 and x is greater than 5. Can't be greater than 5 because you don't have 5 events. You have event 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's no probability that we can get it here. So based on what it is that you just read, it is not connected to the question. So go again, pass.
So it would be x less than 2 and x less than 5.
Okay. What did you understand by my example with the inequality sign up top? In terms of the alligator mouth being open, in quotation, that is, and the alligator mouth being closed.
So if the try to explain. So if the x is on the if the open side is to the left of the x, then it's less than.
No,
If
sir.
it's
It's the other way around. Watch me. If this were x, how would you read it? X is what? How would you read this? If this were x, x is, and let me not even write the x like that.
greater than or equal to.
Very good. And if this were the x on this side, how would you read it?
On the right hand side, sir.
Yes, sir.
Would be less than
Very good.
or equal to.
Very good. How do you read this now? I hope you're not getting help in a WhatsApp, I
No,
want you
sir,
to understand.
I'm not looking at that, sir.
Okay, because I want
Looking
you
at
to
the
understand
screen.
this. Yeah, man, I want you to understand this on your own. So, Pat, sorry. So when I'm reading this, where's Alicia? Hey, Anyway, I'm not well. When I read this way, parts, X is what? 2.
It's greater than
Why? Why say greater than?
because of the position of the arrow to the
Not tell me about,
X.
not tell me about opposition. Give me open or close.
It's open to
To
the
the
X.
Good. All right. So X is greater than 2. And I read it outside the notepads. Wait, it'll be
It's less than.
good. So tell me now. Read it fully and tell me what it is now. Come, start with me. X
So
is,
X is greater than 2,
but
but less
X
than
is
5.
good. So now, tell me if you see that range now within your probability distribution. You see the 2 and the
Yes,
5
sir.
within? Right. So based on what you said to me before, wouldn't make no sense because that was not ever in the range.
Yes, sir.
So it says X is greater than 2, but it's less than 5. What value or values am I looking at as?
3 and 4.
Okay. Everybody agrees?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Boy, Dan, I tell you, he who feel he who feels it knows it. And it's just because I'm not going to have the time to make up why I never call off class. I had it in mind to just call off my classes today. And I say, you know what? No. But trust me, as soon as I finish this question though, I may just end the class, but I want to go through the question so that I fully understand the question. Right? So forgive me. I just don't want to just give you time up like that. But as soon as I finish this question, I just going to call it at night. I just want to take my time though and go through the question. So that and I have the answers and I have the answers, but I don't want to just present the answers. I want to be able to have a conversation with you. So it is that we can see what we have. So let us just check. Our first answer is 0.1. Did we get 0.1 there? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Our second answer was what again?
0.75.
0.75.
Is that 0.75?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What was the third answer?
0.55.
0.55.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I have the answers there. But what I want to do with you is to be able to work through the question with you, just like what I'm getting now. I'm getting some misunderstanding with 2 students, and I'm hoping now that I would have been able to clear up those 2 misunderstandings, the misunderstanding with the 2 students. All right, so the probabilities that we're looking at now is 3 and 4. The probability of 3 occurring is 0.4.
And 0 plus 0.1.
Which equals
0.5.
0.5.
so 0.5 was our answer for part 4. And part 5 now says the expectation of X. How do we calculate that? Anybody? Mikey, how do we calculate the expectation of X?
Sure, so you multiply X by its probability. And you add you add the answer of each, you get 2.55.
Everybody agrees with that 2.55?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I don't have enough space for part 5. So let us just look at part 5. Yeah, so 2.55 is correct. And ours or 0.5 in the first part was correct. So the expectation is each event is being multiplied by its probability. And I'm adding that to the second event times the probability. And I'm adding that to the third event times the probability. The fourth event times the probability of it occurring. Fifth event times the probability of it occurring. All right, so that's what this line is. So I multiplied the first event by its probability, the probability of it occurring. The second event by the probability of it occurring, and so forth and so on. And then 1 times 0.2 is 0.2, and 2.5 times 2 is going to be 0.5. And 3 times 0.4 is 1.2. 4 times 0.1 is 0.4. And 5 times 0.05 is going to be 0.25. And that is going to give me a sum of 2.55. So yes, you're correct. So my expectation there is going to be 2.55. Mm. Mm. All right. And then there is var x is the variance of x. So part 6, the variance of x. So var x is going to be equals to what? The expectation
times the square of x
minus
minus the
minus x
the expectation
expectation x square.
all squared.
yeah all
Right.
square.
All squared. But you remember that? You're good to go. You remember that formula? You're good to go. Oh Jesus. So if you remember that, you're good to go. Now, we know that this is going to be 2.55 square. Talk truth.
Yes, sir.
All right. How do I get the expectation square again? Oh, I'm going to say 1 squared times 0.2 or so.
1 square, yes, sir. 1 square
Okay.
times 0.2.
I heard Sadin a while ago like I was saying something wrong. So it's 1 squared times 0.2 plus
Plus 2 square
times
0.25
0.25
plus
close bracket 3 square
9
times 0.4
0.4
good plus
4 square
4 square
plus
times
0.1
times
0.1
times 0.1
plus
plus 5
plus
square
5 square
times.
times 0.05.
0.05.
All right. I'm going to do all of that lovely mathematics. So you get
29.9475.
agreed? 29.9745.
947.
Not that me get. You get 7 point something.
Me get
7.65.
7.65.
Yeah.
Me get 7.65 pass. To go to calculator pass. You understand? I could just project my answers and just work through them and just call it a night.
Oh,
But-
sir, I know what I did wrong. You see, because I had calculated the first part wrong, I didn't change the 1.9 to 0.1. So that's why.
Okay. All right. Fix it up.
But the
We can do it.
fourth, huh?
No, but that one of you.
No, man, what I'm saying
Hold on.
is,
Hold on. Let me just say something. So, so you're saying that to be 4 times 1.9. No, but that wouldn't give so much too.
no, man, the
Because
4 square times the 1.9.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. That should make more sense now. 4 squares times
So I didn't
1.9.
change that. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why
All
I
right.
got that.
All right. So you're good then. I'm okay with that. No.
Yes, sir.
So this is now going to be 7.65 minus 2.25, 2.55 squares. What is 2.55 squares?
6.5025.
But so this is going to be equals to 7.65 minus how much? 6.5025.
Yes, sir.
It is equals to how much?
1.125. Sir, if you are right, when I see it.
No, but that no sound too kosher. 7.65 minus 6.5025.
There's 1.1475.
That may get
7.65 minus 6.5025. Oh, me see what go wrong.
what they do.
It keep on a delete the zero.
But zero.
1.475.
Okay.
1.1475, yeah.
Let me tell you where I'm a little concerned for all of you in the class now. And I saw that from we were doing the calculation for the measures of central tendencies. The calculator use is not 100%. You guys have to be a little bit more orphe in using your calculators. So once you grab your calculator, turn it on and off and then on again, so that you can clear whatever memory that is there. Because sometimes you don't clear the memory from the calculator and you start doing additional calculation and the calculator has stored its memory. The new time calculator here make different from the ones that we used to make before. It stores the memory and can go back and use the answer from before. Ensure to clear the memory or so you don't run into problems. And when you complete the question, just double check by doing the calculation. You have the calculation on paper now. Clear the calculator and do the calculation once more. That's where I'm concerned with you guys, if I were to be very honest. I think you guys are understanding, but class-wide, I'm a little concerned about the use of the calculators. All right, let's go.
Sir, that's why I love 3-figure table, you know.
Same way, so me to tell you, can't go wrong. Do the calculation for you long time.
Exactly.
Trust me. All right. So that's my variance. So my variance is going to be 1.475. How do I calculate the standard deviation?
Where
Square root of the variant.
should get to 1.07.
1, 2.
When I do the square root of my what? That's not what I wanted, Chris. See? My calculators give me something else when I do the square root of shift answer equal 1.071.
2.
1.0712. Yeah.
So what you keep it to a 4 decimal place?
You can. It's the question sometimes to tell you how many decimal places to leave it to. Because in my final answer here, I had a 1.1475 for the variance. But for the standard deviation, I want to put it to 2 decimal places. Right? So sometimes the question will tell you. If I don't tell you and you leave it to 4, fine. All I don't want you to do is to round off.
Okay.
Don't round off. But that was it. I just want you to convince me that if you were to get a question like this, you'll be able to complete the question accurately in one go to pick up your full marks. I have 10 minutes. Tell me, because come next class, God's willing, I'm not looking back like this. Really and truly, I didn't plan to spend all the class time on this. Not that it's any fault of yours. I'm not saying that. What I'm happy about though is that instead of giving up this week because of ill health, I was able to complete one other topic. So I'm very happy for that. Because this topic this topic is now done. Looking back at what it is that we've done, tell me the difficulties that you're having. What difficulties were you having? And I want you to identify the difficulties and then tell me the correction to the problem that you're having. Any one of you.
So my difficulty was like reading the signs from the X.
Tell me the correct reading now of it. Now that you know what the difficulty is, tell me what it is that you have learned how to do the question now, how to read it.
So if the arrow is open on the left side to the X, then it would be considered greater than. And if the arrow is close to the right side of the X, it would be considered less than.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous for you a while ago when I hear you pause. I was saying to myself, do Jesus, let him get it right. Do Jesus, let him get it right. But yes. All right.
Yes,
was that the only thing that you were having a challenge with, Pass?
And then the other thing was the like the transitioning. So like for example, like the first question we say calculate the value of B. So when you move from one side of the equation to the next, that is where I also realized that I was having an issue which would have thrown up the whole rest of the question.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm mindful of that.
Just remember, the answer that you get for the unknown that you're calculating cannot be greater than 1. So the mere fact that you said at 1.9 should
It would have
trigger off something.
automatically been off.
Yeah, because of some of the
Yeah,
probabilities
I figured that
as well.
much too.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else? And I agree with you. Those are the 2 areas that I had an issue with your pass. And
Yes,
I'm happy
sir.
that you've sorted it out now. Asia, Dan, I know you're in traffic coming home, Dan. Mike, you seem as if you understand it, but let me not assume. Are you okay, Mike?
I am actually understanding. The problem that I had last week was with the greater than lesser than sign. And yeah, I
And you
cleared
work
it
on
up.
those.
Yeah, man, I worked on it and cleared it up. So
Very nice.
yeah.
Very nice.
The only thing now that I need to do is ensure I clear the calculator before I start calculating.
Yes.
I did it 3 times, and the zero, it removed the zero. What? So when I cleared it now and I did the calculation again, gave me the answer.
Nice. All right. So that's part of the learning process. One of the things that I used to do, and I shouldn't be even saying this because I'm being recorded, and it's going to this digital media, I can't get rid of it for life, but I'm going to say it because more math teachers need to do it. So what I'm doing here with you is pretty much summarizing the lesson, but what I normally do is to journal, and there isn't much journaling taking place in the math classroom. So, for example, when Paz would have completed his class, or when all of you would have completed the class tonight, what I would really want for you guys to do is to reflect on the lesson, to journal it, to say, the difficulty or difficulties I experience in doing whatever topic it is that I you itemize it. You itemize the difficulties. And as much as you itemize those difficulties, you try to give the correct solution to those difficulties so that you can have that journal with you. And you read a journal, which is why I don't like using pencils in class, because when you erase your errors, you don't remember what your errors are. You must, you have to keep your friends close, but the enemy is supposed to keep who? Say closer.
Closer.
Yes, man. So that every move they make, you have an antidote for it. You understand? So if you don't know the errors that you make, you're going to continue making the same errors. And learning is not going to take place. So even though I don't journal as much as I should in the math classroom, it is one of the things that I keep saying to students, write a summary. And I don't even know if you notice that I would have already sent you a summary sheet for the first topic that will complete the true or false.
That's true.
Yeah, man. So what I want you to do now is to prepare a summary sheet for this. And then when I send you the summary sheet for this, now you can say, oh, geez, sir left off something I need to tell sir. Or I left off something and sir have it here. You have to journal so it is that you can keep the stuff close to you. So that when when you're studying now, life becomes so much easier because you have a journal. You know exactly the errors that you make. You look at it, okay, boom, can't make them errors there again. So if you don't prepare yourselves adequately, you're going to be in a problem. Now, final thing else before I ask Asia to speak, and I don't know if London is in a position to speak.
So far, I'm clear with this topic.
Okay, good job. London, how you stay? Can I talk?
I think she messaged in the chat, sir, and she said that she was good.
She was good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I see 3 messages there that I don't read it.
Yeah, she said, don't think I have any issues.
Okay, good job. Good job. All right. No, my other thing is, so Dan and Nika and Alicia, yeah, supposed to be in. This supposed to be their final lap. Remember, guys, the upper level is 5 semesters. Semester 1, semester 2. The year 3s will have only 1 summer. So you're gonna have class in this summer, and then come next year, God's willing, you're going to be doing only 2 semesters. All right? So what's the point I'm making? At the end of the period, I don't want anybody to clog up my bachelor's program. I don't want a soul to clog up my bachelor's program. It means, when I pass the questions them, the exam them, I move on and move out. There is no need for you to fail. This is a small program, a small group. Capitalize on it. Nobody is to fail. Nothing. The first batch of students did pretty well. Asia, Paz, and Mikey, you're going to be the 3rd batch of this program. Venica, Alicia, and Dan will be the 2nd batch. The first batch, 1 shot, boom, and I'm out. I'm expecting the other batches to follow suit. What's the point I'm making, sir? If you fail to prepare to fail. Please to complete my work on EducaSoft. Please to do your revision. Time is of the essence. I really hope I made myself clear. And if I
Yes,
have,
sir.
big up yourself.
Yes, sir.
Have a good night. Bless up.
So
Sir,
before you
I
leave,
mean,
Yes, Asia.
speaking of EducaSoft, there was a assessment there where
Mhm.
there was the answer, but
Mhm.
it was saying incorrect.
No
And
problem.
when I pressed the solution, it said it was the answer, but it's still saying incorrect.
Maybe it's how you enter the answer.
It was
So
the click option thing. So
do
I've
me a
selected
favor.
all options and all of them said incorrect for some reason.
All right, do me a favor, hon. I want you to, each item has an item code to the top right-hand corner. I want you to take a picture of the question, I mean the sheet with your answer, and make sure that the item code is captured in the photo so that I can send it off to Edica for them to make the adjustment on the system. But I will go in and make the adjustment for you so that you can get your grade.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Bless up. Take care, guys.
yes, sir. Yeah, well.
Yeah, man. Thanks, sir.